So we've had a lot of interesting developments over the last, week and a half, 2 weeks here with regard to the big establishment folks coming out against Donald Trump. We have had the Club for Growth. We have had the Koch-backed Americans for Prosperity. We've also had major fundraisers like Eric Levine come out and say, Trump cannot win. We do not want him to be the guy. So what is happening, and I talked about this a little bit last week, but I want to get a little more in depth, is that the entire establishment of the Republican Party is coming out and saying, by God, we can beat back Donald Trump and put us back on a path towards normal. The problem is there is no normal for the Republican Party anymore. In fact, there never really has been ever since the days of Richard Nixon. The Republican Party has been on a steady path of decline since those days, which of course is why after Nixon, Republicans flocked to Ronald Reagan. This guy came in, he did all of these things Republicans have been wanting, packing the courts, busting the unions, cutting the taxes on the wealthy with his fake little trickle-down scam, and of course attacking social safety net programs and being overtly racist many times. That's why Reagan was the hero. But all of the horrible things he did. Then you get George H.W. Bush and you get us involved in Iraq. And then W. Bush comes in and he gets us involved in Iraq and Afghanistan and the entire Middle East. And then Trump, of course, we all know. But all of it was a natural progression. But what these establishment types, who fully supported all of those other Republicans, except for Trump, by the way, what these establishment types within the Republican Party don't understand is that Trump was not the problem. He was a problem, but he was a symptom of a much bigger disease that has completely ravaged the body of the Republican Party. So getting rid of this one symptom doesn't get rid of the actual cancer. And that is what these donors, the fundraisers, the groups, the lobbyists, the Kochs, none of them seem to understand that. They think that we can just get rid of Donald Trump, he won't be the nominee, and then, hey, look at us, we're back in action. Trump's damage has already been done. He has already set the party on a new path of evolution. It's a path of evolution that gave us Matt Gaetz and Ron DeSantis. It gave us Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert. It gave us Jim Jordan and Louis Gohmert, Andy Biggs and Paul Gosar. Do I need to continue or do you get the point now? All of those little extremists. Greg Abbott in Texas, Kristi Noem. Anyway, we don't need Trump anymore because we have a million little Trumps. Many who've done much worse things than Donald Trump did, like Ron DeSantis and Greg Abbott. Things are getting worse within the Republican Party, and getting rid of Trump changes none of that. Yes, he is a dangerous individual. Yes, I want to prevent him from getting back into the White House. But at the same time, we also have to stop people like DeSantis from getting in, or Abbott, or Ted Cruz, because they are just as bad. They're just in a different wrapper. So this is what the establishment, I guess, is pretending to not understand because they know the truth. They just don't want to accept it. So they think that, look, if we can get rid of Donald Trump, we can keep his policies because we liked those. We just didn't like his personality. And we've got a guy down here named Ron DeSantis who has the same horrible policies, maybe even a little bit more extreme, but he doesn't come with all that negativity that Donald Trump has. So this is what we're seeing as we move forward in this Republican presidential race. The entirety of the establishment is going to start coming together to defeat Trump, and in doing so, they're going to give us something even worse. This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.